Hey folks, so this video is going to be a little different than the normal things that I do, obviously. For one thing, I don't have a teleprompter in front of me, so I'm going to ramble a bit. But in case you didn't know, um, I'm sure you did because it's the title of this video probably, I got hacked a couple weeks ago at this point. Channel got hacked, and it was a lot. I'm going to go through the whole thing, all the details about it, but the very short version is I got hacked a couple weeks ago. I have two Gmail accounts, one of which is tied to this YouTube channel, one isn't, and they're both hacked, so that didn't help me in any way. And when they got hacked, as soon as it happened, they started playing crypto videos on a live stream on RTFM. They changed my banner and all that stuff. So very quickly, I want to say up front, if you ever see crypto videos, anything promoting crypto or AI art or NFTs or anything like that, that's not me. I will never do that. So, and most people figure that out. But there were a couple people who were concerned, and I lost a lot of subscribers. So I don't blame you for thinking that was me, but it isn't. It won't be. I'll never be doing that. I did eventually get access to my channel back. And obviously because this video is on it. So that's the short version. But let's talk about what fully happened. Because there's a few things that are maybe are going to be cautionary tales for people. And if I can stop that from happening to someone else, then great. So a couple weeks ago, I got an email from someone who is proposing a brand partnership. This happens frequently. I get all kinds of emails like this, and they're, I think, usually legitimate if ridiculous. And most of the time it's, we love your channel. I think you're perfect to sell our handbags or something like that. Things that have nothing to do with board gaming. People who have no idea what my channel is, they just see that it has a number of subscribers and they want to, I don't know, have me to sell their stuff. And 99% of the time, I just ignore it and I delete it and I don't even think about it. This one was someone who's claiming to be from Squarespace, or not Squarespace, Skillshare. And it's one of the only things that I would legitimately consider potentially partnering with for RTFM, because RTFM is all about teaching people how to play games and all that stuff. And so I thought Skillshare maybe would be a thing. So I contacted them. They asked me to, they presented some terms for partnership that sounded reasonable, and they said they wanted me to sign a contract. And that was hitting some alarm bells for me. But I thought that if this was a scam, it was going to be some kind of bad contract. So when I went to their website, which looked like it was an online like DocuSign kind of thing, and it was saying I needed to download Adobe Sign, and it looked like I was at Adobe's website. So I downloaded the thing, tried to install it, nothing happened, or at least nothing that I recognized happened, and like 5 minutes later, I had lost access to both of my email accounts, which is what I noticed right away. I don't know exactly how this works. I'm not very technically minded in that way, but basically they did something that allowed them to access my accounts as if they were me. And as soon as they get in, they change your two-factor authentication stuff, which I had. I had those things. They were able to bypass those. They changed them, and they use every single possible two-factor authentication method and replace that with their own stuff, so that when you try to get your account back, you are not able to do so, because everything that Google will try to give you as an option is using those two-factor authentication models. So this is something people should know, and I didn't know, is that Google does not have a customer service team. There is no one to talk to, really. They have these online methods that will try and get you your accounts back. And if someone hacks you in this way, they don't work. So I was freaking out because very soon after that, I started getting texts from friends who were telling me that my channel was playing videos like this, and also from friends who were saying that who don't know Rado personally, but I work with Rado. They're telling me to tell him that his channel was playing all these things. I just finished doing a Rado video, by the way, which is why I'm not in the normal RTFM angle. But anyway, really appreciate all the people who reached out to let me know this right away. And they were able to access Rado's channel because I upload things to Rado's channel. And so I was able to, like, they were able to get to his channel through me. But thankfully, I didn't have, like admin permissions on his channel. I contacted him. He was able to stop that and, take my channel off of admin permissions or submitting permissions, whatever it's called. And that was great. But my channel was still playing crypto videos on a live stream, which people submitted like fraud reports or whatever, and it got taken down very quickly. But it also meant that my channel got taken down, and everything on my channel was taken down because the channel itself was shut down, and that was scary because I've been doing this for the better part of a decade now. This is a significant part of my livelihood. This is my business, and in general, I love doing it. But it, for a second, seemed like it was just gone in an instant, and that was hard. It's hard, but I had heard of this kind of thing happening before, and so I knew that there were ways to get it back, and I was trying to figure out those ways. I know that you can submit something through YouTube to try and get access to your channel back. The problem is you need to be able to access YouTube in order to get to this, which if you don't have a Google account, you can't do. So, I was freaking out. Posted about it on Blue Sky, and I was actually, I was very quickly contacted by someone who I want to give a shout out to, because without them, I don't know that I would have been able to get the channel back as quickly as I did at the very least. So anyway, I do want to give a quick shout out to someone who has helped me out. His name is Jose Luis Zapata, and he has a YouTube channel called, I want to get this right, La Matatena. I don't speak Spanish, and it is a channel in Spanish, so, go into that. Go into it knowing that. But he not only has a YouTube channel, but also works at Google and was able to help me get these things back. Now, as of making this video, I still don't have access to one of my email addresses back. And I'll talk about why that is in a moment. But the thing is, I need to make a new Google account so that I could submit these forms, so that I could access YouTube to get to their submission form for getting all this stuff back. Now, here's something that this first bit of like actual actionable information that everyone should know if you have a Google account. If you have a Google account, you basically also have a YouTube account. And whether or not you use it for that, you should find the channel ID for the YouTube account that is tied to your Google account. Because you need to be able to find, there's the specific URL. You should copy that, put it in a Word document or something, just some document that you have, and save it. Because if you don't have that, the YouTube account recovery process doesn't work. The Google account recovery process straight up does not work. It just doesn't. If you're being hacked in this way. But the YouTube recovery process does work, and it gets you your email account back. So what happened for me is I was able to get the one email account back, the one that's tied to this channel, and from there, I was able to submit an appeal towards YouTube shutting down the channel, because it was shut down based on fraudulent activity, which makes sense. And so you need to appeal that and say, well, I was hacked. It wasn't me doing it. So it was a multi-step process. But the only way I was able to get my email account back is because I knew what my YouTube URL was. And actually, I didn't even know it. What I was able to do is I used the Wayback Machine and like looked at an older version and was able to find the code for that. So this is something that everyone should do if you have a Google account. Figure out what the YouTube channel URL is, and then save that somewhere, because if you ever lose access to your account, that's a way to get it back. But anyway, I've forgotten a very, very important detail about all this. So this happened on a Wednesday. The next day, my parents came into town because a couple days after that, we all went on vacation together. It's not the best timing for all of this to have happened. Not the least of which because it was just stressful and it was kind of just something that was on my mind during the vacation the entire time. But also because as soon as I got my channel back, which happened a little less than a week after the initial hack occurred, I got my channel back, and then I started fixing it because I needed to change my channel ID, the image back, the header, and all this stuff. I needed to delete the one video. I needed to double check to make sure they hadn't left any backdoors in my settings. And because I was doing that while on vacation, I was doing it from a different IP address than the one I normally access these things from. And so about 20 minutes into fixing it, I then got shut out again. The channel didn't get deleted. I just lost access to it. And then it took a few more days to get it all back, which was ridiculous. The whole process has honestly been ridiculous. And like I said, I still don't have access to one of my email addresses back. Now, I'm being told that this, by the person I've been contacting with, the contact that I made in Google has been trying to help me and has been invaluable. And I just feel terrible for anyone who's going through this who doesn't have that, who wasn't lucky enough to have that kind of resource. Because without it, I wouldn't have known what to do. Like their processes are so ass backwards that like it's just ridiculous. The account recovery thing, like I try and do an account recovery for the other email address, and it'll say, okay, cool, we're going to send a text to one of these two numbers. I'm like, well, none of those two numbers are right because they're the ones that the hacker added. So try another way to sign in. And it goes all through all the two-factor authentication things. None of those are accessible. And it's like, all right, well, we just sent a code to the email address. Well, it's the email address that I'm trying to get into in the first place. So what was that code ever supposed to be able to do? So I got my account back, and then I lost it again. And a couple days later, I finally got it all back. And now it seems like everything is back to normal as far as this channel goes. But there was some damage done during that time. I mean, the channel itself just wasn't up for like a week, a little less than a week. And that means that you lose out on the growth during that time. But also, I checked like through my statistics, I lost like 70 subscribers during that time. And I don't blame you, because it looked like I had started shilling for crypto. And besides the fact that I'm never going to do that, no one else is necessarily going to know that about me. So sure, that's going to happen. And it sucks. But there's nothing I can do. What was even worse about it is I had been working with a company, Sordain Publishing. They have a Kickstarter that's going on right now, and I was making a tutorial video for their game Tigers, which is the game that's on Kickstarter. And I was very happy about that. I hadn't set it to release at a specific time, and then all of this happened, and I was frantic about getting it back, getting access to my channel back so that I could release this video and fulfill the what I promised that I would be able to do. And even though I was able to publish the video in time, I think because of all this, it's kind of ruined the visibility of it. So I do want to say, like, please go. There's a link to it in the corner right now. Please check out this tutorial for Tigers that I just put out. It's a great little game. It's a co-op village defense game. It's a lot of fun. It's got really, really good artwork, and I think it's a great game. And I want for them to do well in their Kickstarter. And I just feel like because of this, I wasn't able to provide as much of a service as I expected to be able to provide. And that's another thing that just sucks. And it was out of my control, but at the same time, I just keep kicking myself for not listening to my internal red flag, alarm system, because it was going off, but it wasn't. I just didn't see where I was gonna get hit from it. But anyway, that's that. The weirdest thing about this, because I've looked at people's videos who have encountered something similar, is that they talk about losing ad revenue. I don't make a whole lot of money on ad revenue, but I was curious. So I looked at my ad revenue, and this is something that is funny, but also kind of makes me furious, is that the one day for the 30 minutes to an hour that this live stream was going on, it made $100 in ad revenue, which is a lot more than I usually make for a single day. And part of me is like, okay, well, I should just cash that because payment for all of the ordeal that I've been through, but I don't like the idea of making money off of a scam, even if it was at my expense, and I should be able to take it. So I think I'm gonna donate it to Child's Play, which is actually who made the shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is a cool charity. It helps give games to children who are in hospital and going through illnesses and need something to take their minds off of it. I think it's a good organization. So you get about $100 from me in the mail soon. I think that's about all that I've got to say about this. This has been a whole ordeal, and I don't ever want it to happen again. I don't want it to happen to anyone else. So hopefully this is helpful for someone, and at the very least, now you know a little bit about what's going on. Oh, yeah, and I mentioned that I still don't have access to one of my email addresses. That's my business email address, too. So if you were in the middle of talking to me, and then it seems like I just ghosted you, wasn't on purpose. I've got a new business email address you can find through the YouTube page. It's where those things are. It's actually my Rado email address, but whatever. It's until I get my other one back. If I get my other one back, that's what I'm using for now. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. I just want to say thank you, though, to the people who reached out and offered words of support, advice, anything like that, because it was very heartening. I don't know what the opposite of disheartening, heartening, I guess, but it was encouraging. That all the people that reached out to say nice things and offer their support it meant a lot, and I do want to say thank you to everyone who did that. Mainly, I'm just glad to be back and making videos. Like I said, I've got the Were Tigers video that just came up. Next video I'm working on is Earthborn Rangers. Excited about that. And I've got a few how to teach videos that'll be coming up in the next month or 2 or 3, something like that. There's a lot going on, and I'm just happy to get back to it. But that's all I've got to say, and I've rambled on for long enough. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here.